Angela, thank you everybody for coming by. Siege, um, thank you. So again, Zach is here. Zach is here. So Pretty Blue Zach. We'll be talking with him later. On the docket today are some pretty cool people. So if you've never seen this, thank you, Thriving. If you've never seen this before, it's a weekly show that we do where we bring on top streamers, content creators. Where's my volume key? Thank you so much. You gotta, well, it's the name of the show. You gotta keep it dudded. You know, we gotta try and keep it clean. I feel like I've got a mouth guard. Like it's like Oh well, thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. Okay, so nope, should not get kicked today. Worked on it, talked about some things. Should be all set. On the show today, we have David Beckham. We have Pretty Blue Zach. We have the only catch. So these are our featured creators today that we will be interviewing. So if you'd like to get to know them more, if you'd like to know more about your streamers and what their personal life is like, some of the things that they're up to, some dirty secrets, this is your spot. This is where you're going to want to be. This all happens here. It all happens. Not rehearsed. Sometimes there's a game. It is National Tequila Day. Steven, thank you very much for coming by. So it is officially 9 o'clock, and I believe we have everybody here. Hey, Laura. It's good to see you. One more time, I'm going to run through things, and then we're going to go ahead and do announcements. So this is the place to be if you need announcements, updates, you want to stay up on the current events, things that are happening on Meet Me. So again, a Meet Me show here. This is a spot to be. So I'm looking forward to it tonight for sure. Hi, Laura. With your little mouse emoji. Yeah, a little bit of that, you know? A little bit of that. I like it. All right, very good. Do you know, let's see. I don't normally get into politics, but today was a pretty saucy day. I'm gonna be honest. Today was pretty saucy. I'm not gonna say one thing or the other. In the comments, do whatever you want, but it was a saucy day in politics. That's it. It's also National Tequila Day. Yogi, Cadbury, Team Blue, everybody rolling on in. Thank you so much. It's 1,000,002 degrees. Oh, Jack, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you very much. No! We lost our... Hold on. We can rebuild. We have the technology. Thank you. We're still pretty early in the show, just a minute in here. So we'll start off with announcements in just a minute. Also, in case you missed it, I'm learning how to talk again. I started doing this retainer line. So tonight, if you hear me stumble and really struggle through my words, it's because I can't talk. I have my gums being cut up by this plastic. It feels phenomenal. If you could rate things that you want to be doing and not want to be doing, this is like doing your taxes daily. Like that's what that feels like. It just no, I'm good. For that reason, I'm out. Let's see if we can get this to stick. Hang on. Let's get this back here. Let's see if we can get this to stick. Is it good? I think now it's crooked. You know, that's gonna have to suffice. We don't have the ability. We don't have the technology. It's too technical. This is very HD. I don't know if you can tell, this is a very flat screen HD resolution monitor hanging up right here. It's very, very innovative. Very innovative. Only the finest scientists. All right. All right, let's crack into it, everybody. So one more time, thank you so much for coming to Suited Up with Chris. I'm Chris. This is a weekly show that we do here on Meet Me, where we feature content creators that should be on your radar. We bring on top streamers, up-and-comers, people who are working hard for your attention and deserve your viewership. So tonight on the show, we have the one and only David Beckham, not the soccer one. The soccer one we actually passed on. We said, no, the other David Beckham, the real David Beckham. So the real David Beckham's here tonight. Then we're followed up with Pretty Blue Zach. He's our up-and-comer tonight. He's someone new on the scene, who's really making an impact. A very talented individual who has a great story. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. And then we're closing out the night with the only catch. The only catch. Because I'm telling you, it's going to be the only catch of the night. Everything's going to be great. But the catch is the catch. So stick around for all three. Let's talk about some announcements. Let's follow up with what we had from last week, and also the shows. Should we do shows first? Let's do shows first. We have an itinerary. We're getting saucy, though. It's tequila day. I have not had tequila. In fact, I'm going extra boring. You see this? This is a measured water bottle. I've gone through 4 of these. Place bets on whether or not I'll just start breaking out in sweat. This is definitely happening. Let's start with some shows. Mondays at 8 p.m. Painting night. This is Eastern Standard Time. Anytime you see a contest, anything advertised on Mimi, it's all Eastern Standard Time. So you Californians, -3 hours. Central Standard Time, -1 hour. Those people in Mountain Time, that's a myth. Doesn't actually even exist. They lie. Mountain Time is like unicorns and my parents' approval. Mondays at 8 p.m. Painting night with Mia. What's she do on painting night? I could never guess. But if you had to guess, maybe in the comments you can tell me. I have speculated, which is the same as guessing, because I need to tell you what she does. That's not fair. She gets bedazzling. She gets the painting going. But it's not just the regular painting. She uses crystals, all sorts of different mediums and layering types. The terminology, I cannot channel my Bob Ross, but she certainly does. You will leave inspired. And hey, if you like what she does, it could be yours if the price is right. So check it out. It's very cool. That's Mondays at 8 p.m. Painting night with Mia. Tuesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Allie and Ashley are going to show you how to get fit. Playlist is on the horizon. VidCon just happened. You know, the summer bod, then you get the winter thing going. Have a couple holiday cakes and treats. Not on Twins Watch. They're going to show you how to keep that fit. So check out Tuesdays at 10 p.m. with Allie and Ashley. Maybe they'll get some squat action going. I know for a fact they will. They are very, very well rehearsed in the squat department. All right, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's this? This guy. This dude. It's me. I'm Chris. This is Suited Up with Chris. Every Wednesday night, well, you know the drill. I just told you. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursdays, it's a doubleheader. You get 2 shows on Thursdays, starting with the mothership itself. Oh, yeah. The Meet Group. Meet Me Corporate comes down from space. They say, hey, what's up, fam? I heard you heard some rumors. We're here to bust them. You like contests? Here's the rules. Here's our previous winners. Here's who got their top badge. It's the news. It's the news of the Meet Me verse. I simply repeat what we have available to us. I do the homework for you. You don't have to read. What is this, college? I didn't read in college either. I'm doing okay. All right, so Thursdays, second show. Gore. Is it contour or couture? I know you're right here. It's Gore Couture, right? Like couture. Gore Couture. Coming to you this summer, Gore Couture. It's it sounds like a thrasher, like a total thrasher film, like Gore Couture. Yeah, it's like coming. It's like coming. Yeah. All right, Gore Couture coming every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our good old Carmen Sandiego. Slasher, not thrasher, slasher film. Thrasher film. It's like Metallica comes out, they've got the guitars, they're just like going. It's like I thought Jason was coming out. Like, what is? Don't you do that! So like Freddy Krueger's coming. No, it's Metallica. That would be, I don't know. Lars Ulrich is pretty scary if you know who Lars is. He's very serious, stoic. Okay. Thursday's Gorka Tour with Carmen Sandiego. She is a wizard. I don't want to call her a witch because that's not nice. Even as a wizard. Anyway, she's a wizard. She's a savant. She's so talented with the makeup. And it's not just your standard glamour makeup. She's masterful. That's right. She does effects makeup. She's a regular James Cameron. James Cameron do that? John Carpenter. That's who. John Carpenter. John Carpenter films. He's had the cool prosthetics and things like that. Yeah. She's a regular John Carpenter. I'm going to keep throwing out totally irrelevant pop culture references. Get with the program. Okay. That's Thursdays. We spend a lot of time at her. We really love Carmen. Fridays, 9 p.m. Try this with Donna Diamond. It's in her name. Donna Diamond. What a... You think your parents knew she was going to be a streamer when she was born? They're like, our daughter has a higher calling. Change our last name to Diamond. Do it. Put it in the books. And they did. That's a true story. When she was on the show, she told us. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Try this with Donna Diamond. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She does dares. She does goose. She does gags. She really works hard to get your attention. Not like boombox at your window, please, like, I love you kind of like attention, but more like, I'm gonna order some pizza and make you like, I don't know. I'm bad with references tonight. We're working with it. All right. Sundays is how we cap it off. Sundays at 7 p.m. Unstoppable Idol is going live. It is the quintessential, the talent show on Meet Me. Top talent from singers to comedians, rappers, puppeteers, ventriloquists, and anything in between all come out and compete for your viewership. It is a unique experience. It pulls at your heartstrings because you get favorites. You're like, yes, I'm totally pulling for this person. And then do they make it? Do they get cut? Do they make it to the next week? You got to tune in to find out. Finals are this week. So finals are coming this week, and then we're going to start a new season the following week. So 2 weeks from now. If you're interested in auditioning, I think I saw the idol in here. Like the wispy person that she is. Message the idol if you're interested in applying to be on that show. I highly recommend you do. Many top badges got their initial traction on that show. I'm talking people like Jer, Drew DNA, Kat, or not, yeah, K was on there. Who else got top badge from there? Quite a few. They got some traction on there, so that's pretty cool. So that's the shows. Let's go ahead and run real quick through some announcements. Let's recap Boss of the Week. If you missed it, there were a lot of updates about 2 weeks ago. Huge changes to the app, all for the better. Boss of the Week, top gifters. If you see that Eric guy right there with the cool template around him? He's a boss. If you want to be like Eric, and you should, show some love to your favorite streamers. And why would you do that? Because maybe you're trying to go for the new VIP badge. In fact, right there is the only, wow, we've got 2 other colors. So we've got a black badge, a purple badge, and another black badge. And there's also a green badge that exists. So let's talk about it. There are 3 ranks now. Used to be a question, how do I get my green badge? What do I have to do to get my green badge? There's a purple one. What do I have to do to get my badge? Well, now it's all put out straight in layman's terms for you. So in order to do it, within 1 month, you have to purchase within 3 different tiers of amounts. So the first tier is 250,000. So if you purchase 250,000 coins in 1 month, you will earn, potentially, has to be approved, a green badge. After the green badge is the purple VIP. You unlock with that at 500 coins purchased in a month. And above that is the Mac Daddy. Put it on the black card. Visa, no problem. Run the jet. It's It's Air Drake. It's Air Drake. Run the visas. Ah. Okay, we're just gonna keep that. Look, we do our best around here. But why would you want to get that cool little emblem next to your name? Rumor has it that things get prehistoric when there's a VIP gifter around. I don't know. It's only a rumor. I haven't seen it myself. I don't know. But everybody walked the dinosaur, potentially. Hand motions, filling. Okay. That's the new VIP system. More to come. More to come. Finally wrapping things up. Why would people VIP gift? Why do people do that? Because they're showing love, and now there's a new incentive for streamers to want to get gifted. We got gamified, ladies and gentlemen. It is the leveling system. Do you want to be like Mario? I'm not talking overalls and a mustache, but that is the fast track to being cool. I'm talking, do you want to level up? Do you want to go down the pipes? No, you don't. Mario does that. Probably not the best character to reference. I think he's nice. He has a good personality. I like him for his personality, obviously. Leveling up unlocks sweet new perks. Something that I'm especially excited about. Not proud. We could be proud to level up. I'm excited about is the new conversion system. So when you level up, you can convert your diamonds back into coins at a higher rate than a lower level. You can also unlock really cool filters. Let's check one out right now. I'll show you my favorite. We're suited up in, this one, it's because of my background. There we go. I'm kind of like Casper the Ghosty filter boy. All right, anyway, back to our program. It's a cool one, right? That's neat. As you level up, you unlock extras and new exclusive ones of those. Go! Ride the train. It's not train, it's a bus. Thank you so much, Jim. That's just cool. All right, so I'm sure most of you know about the leveling system. If you're curious to know more, check the top banner. If you're curious to know more about anything that I talked about tonight, check the top banner. That's where you get all your information. All right, so on that note, everyone, one final announcement. We're going to move over to our conversations and interviews for the night. While we do these conversations, I come off as a pretty ungrateful streamer. I don't acknowledge the live. I don't talk to anyone except the box. It sounds like I'm giving you the cold shoulder, but I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm engaging with the people that we have scheduled. And if you're interested in being on the show, go ahead and send me a message, or you can reach me on Instagram. Same name here, Chris Casper. And we can get you scheduled. But tonight is a night for these three people. We've got David Beckham, Pretty Blue Zach, and the Catch. The only Catch. He's the only Catch in here. Unless there could be a Catch lurking. And then it's lurking Catch. And then it's the only Catch that's talking. We'll work on that. Okay. So, on that note, let's bring in our first guest. You may know him as a soccer ball playing, one-of-a-kind athlete, someone who's known to play on a green field with turf, but it's not actually that one. It's the real one. It's the real David Beckham. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our very first guest tonight, David
What's
Beckham.
up?
Hello, sir.
What's going on?
Oh, the best things are going on, my guy. It's good to see you.
What's up, y'all? What's up? How's it going?
Things are good. I'm excited to have you on. I think that you have a lot to share that people haven't had an opportunity to hear. And what better place to do it? Thank you for coming on to do just that.
Hey, not a problem.
Excellent. So I know I just gave totally the wrong introduction of who you are. So can you please correct me? And can you let everyone know who you really are and where you're from?
I'm actually from Indiana. My name on here used to be David Beckham for the majority of the time.
Mhm.
Once the new rules and everything came out, I changed it.
Mhm.
Didn't want to slander or nothing. So I'm just David now.
David. David is a very exotic name. It's very unique. I feel like it'll catch on. It might become a popular name, so watch out.
I feel like it could.
It's a
I
risk.
meet too many of them.
Edgy. It's very edgy. It could catch on. Okay, so now you're David. You're rebranded as David, so that's already a check mark for me. David, what is life like in Indiana?
The weather's bipolar.
Mhm.
It could be 97 during the day and 37 at night. Could snow one day and then rain the next, and it's just
Yeah,
a lot of random weather,
yeah.
lots of corn,
Is
and lots of sandstone.
that like where you anticipate to stay, or do you have dreams to be somewhere else?
Oh no, I definitely at some point want to move
Hmm.
either to another state or bigger dreams is another country.
Okay, bigger dreams in another country.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something I definitely want to talk about. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, though, um, I'm always curious what people are like in high school, before they started streaming or before they were introduced to the the limelight of social media. What was your high school experience like?
Well, I actually dropped out of high school halfway through my sophomore year,
Hmm.
but my freshman year and the time that I was there it was fun. Like I made the most of it. Wasn't too keen on keeping my grades up because I was more like not so focused on work and more focused on just my life in general.
Hmm.
So that's kind of why I dropped out. Went and got my GED, started working straight out of that,
Yeah.
and I got my first job when I was 16
Hmm.
at a fireworks store. So that was fun.
When you dropped out of school, I'm just reflecting on when I was 16. I was still trading Yu-Gi-Oh cards and playing Pokemon. I feel like that just would free up a whole lot more Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon time. What does a 16-year-old do with having nothing to do?
Pretty much whatever I wanted. I was out and about all hours of the night, running around with friends, going to parties, just having the time of my life.
Okay. So, not to influence anyone, but you did go back and get your GED. So
Yeah.
you found some value in continuing your education. Um, I have never gone through that process of starting and stopping my education in that way. Um, what was the GED program like? Do you, for the people who have dropped out or have considered going back to get that diploma, would you recommend it to them?
It was actually fairly simple and fairly easy. A lot of pre classes and like test assignments before you actually go and take your GED. So they definitely prepare you to take the actual tests.
Okay. What was your favorite subject back when?
Probably biology because it was about the only thing that I got a high grade in.
Okay. That seems like a complicated subject, so you're a pretty sharp guy.
Sometimes I try to be.
No.
Math was never my forte. Always failed math.
Okay. All right. So fast forward. So you get your GED. You started working when you were young. Where does that bring you to when you're reaching? I guess what do you do after you get your GED? I mean, you must have wanted it for something.
Yeah, I actually fell into some trouble, and it was required by probation that I got my GED.
Okay.
So that was the whole reason I got it. And then, but after that, it helps you attain jobs ahead of other people that per se don't have one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just better qualifies you to get better jobs.
And who doesn't love a second chance story, right? So you're just adding to the flavor of David. It's the salt and pepper to your
Yeah,
story. Yeah, yeah.
whole lot of men.
So we won't explore what had happened prior unless that's something that you want to get into. You said that it was required, but where does that
Yeah.
take you, and how do you end up downloading Meet?
I've actually had it downloaded for a long time. Um, Back then, I wasn't too keen on my social skills,
Okay.
and meeting people. So I would rely on social apps. So I just kind of go to the search bar in the App Store, type in social apps, and just download a few and see what's up. And I stumbled across Meet Me back when it was My Yearbook,
Okay.
and so I had it for a while. Deleted it, when I'd get in a relationship, because back then it was actually a dating app.
Mhm.
Um, so here last year, I re-downloaded it when it was Meet Me,
Mhm.
and that's when I found the Live.
Cool. I want to backtrack a little bit. You mentioned that you didn't feel confident in social situations. Um, I have heard that you're a pretty good-looking guy. Just I'm just relaying a message or whatever. But I think that there's a misconception that sometimes people have, is that it's easy for different types of individuals to be social. Can you explain how it was difficult for you to be social, or what anxieties or hesitance that you had?
It was more or less not nothing that I felt was personally going on. It was more personal than what per se would actually be going on.
Hmm.
It was just the anxiety and the nervousness of actually trying to put myself out there
Hmm.
to, you know, start a friend group or be in a current friend group.
Sure.
Um, it wasn't up until high school that I actually like started going out and hanging out with people and putting myself out there. Because all of elementary and middle school, I had the same two, three friends the whole time.
You mentioned My Yearbook, Meet Me. We'll go ahead and bundle them together. How do you feel that being on this platform helped you cultivate those social skills? How do you feel like it gave you confidence to take that next step?
I mean, before then, I was just always the person behind the message. I was never really a face to face kind of person. Um, Once I started actually streaming, that it helped me because I could actually, see myself
Mm.
and see how people react to me in general on
Yeah.
like a whole different level. Because it's different than talking to yourself in the mirror, because you actually have people responding.
Mhm.
And once people started catching on to my personality and who I really am, it just helps a lot easier to actually go out here and put it out there to good use.
Do you remember when you first went live? About how long ago that was?
Yes, it was actually 10 months ago to the day almost.
Really? Congrats on your 10-month anniversary. Yeah. Was it always so easy for you? Do you feel like out of the gate you were a top badge, that you had top badge performance, top badge quality conversations?
Not in the beginning, no, definitely not. Because I had never done anything like it. I've watched YouTubers, and I don't know if TikTok was out then, but I didn't know about it. Pretty much it was just YouTube videos and watching people do like live streams and make videos. But when I first started it, I was dead nervous. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to talk about. I just kind of sat here and responded to people. But
What over the edge? What do you feel like made that change? Because one of the frequent things that we see here is that I'm anxious talking in front of people, or I don't know if people will like me or relate to me. What did you find that helped or clicked with the people who came to chat with you?
pretty much that's literally all it is. It's just being yourself. And then the right people that are like you will stumble upon your live, and then you'll just click. And from then on out, it's more or less just having a conversation with a friend.
Mm, yeah.
So
Um, Now, how long ago did you get your top badge?
I actually got my top badge about 3.5 months ago.
Okay. Yeah,
So I actually streamed for 6.5 months before I got my top badge.
that's not a bad time.
So
Pretty good. It's pretty good. So, what advice would you give to people who are trying to accomplish that goal of reaching their top badge?
definitely don't give up.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of my day one people that have been there from the beginning, they've seen me go through rough patches where I'd be live and I'm literally like, you know what, I'm done. I can't do it no more. I'm tired of trying. Every Friday, it's just another day. I'm seeing all these people get top badges, but they're the ones that kept me going and gave me the willpower to stay streaming like I was and keep it going.
Well, you mentioned to me too that you've done some pretty creative things to help. I like using the spice adjective. Just keep it spicy. You mentioned to me that you've done some interesting things though to to invigorate and liven up your live stream. So can you share with everyone some of the unique things that you've done?
Yeah, I've actually, I went and watched a lot of other top streamers when I was trying to get my badge still. So basically, I would take bits and pieces of what other streamers was doing that I seen worked and apply it to my streams.
Hmm.
So like I started doing like gifter boards and lights and light up things behind me, just putting top gifters' names on there, just making it about my viewers and less about me. I've done blacklight streams where I just have a blacklight white T-shirt, write names on my face and on my shirt and highlighter,
Yeah.
and it's always fun.
That's really cool. Yeah. The Blacklight Live I've seen, and that's a really neat experience because everything pops and it's so fluorescent. And you come
Yeah.
and whoa, is there a party going on in here? What's happening? So yeah, definitely very cool there. Um, moving forward and thinking forward, have you had an opportunity to connect or meet with anyone from the app?
I actually have on several occasions. Back a couple of weeks before June, we had a meetup, and
Mm.
so we had, I think, five of us all together, or five people that weren't living here actually come. We made a plan of it. So we had Junkie, we had Craig, the newest top badge, a friend of mine,
Mhm.
Milo, SJ, Haley, all of them came out, and we all spent the weekend together.
Wow. What was
So
that like? I mean, it's one thing to see someone on a screen. What's it like to be in person?
Um, knowing them for so long on the app, when you finally meet them, it's literally no different. It's like you've known each other forever. Like when we all met, it wasn't weird at all. We're just like, "What's up?" Like hanging out, hugging, chilling, and everything was it was so fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had an amazing weekend.
In my experience, that's been the most rewarding thing is getting together and being with all the people that you're making connections with. So
Oh, definitely.
exciting that you've had the opportunity to do that too. Have you thought about attending any of the official Meet Me meetups or the Meet Me gatherings?
Yeah, I was gonna go to playlist this year,
Mm.
but when I finally caught wind of it, it was way too close to the time to even prepare for it.
Yeah,
VidCon this year wasn't in the financial situation to be able to go,
sure.
but I'm gonna apply myself and get to the nitty gritty and start saving and try to make it to playlist next year.
You made the playlist. Playlist is where it's at. I feel like last year, almost well, it wasn't really last year. It was a few months ago, but it feels like it was last year. So much has happened. It really took everyone back, blew everyone away as far as expectations go. They're going bigger this year. So anyone who's thinking about going or considering or is on the fence, if fireworks aren't motivating you enough, if the pool party, the tens of thousands of people aren't motivating you enough, hop on a plane, meet your favorite streamers. That's what it's about. And I think David, you're kind of mirroring that. It's meeting people is ultimately the reward.
Oh, it definitely was. I'll never forget that weekend. It was great.
Nice. Okay, so streaming's part of your life, and that's cool. Definitely something we're all thankful for. That's how we get to meet you. But you do have your own personal life. So what do you do when you're not on Meet Me?
Uh, I do have a full time job. Almost the whole time I've been streaming, besides the first three. The whole reason I started streaming in the first place is because I broke my hand and I had absolutely nothing to do for the
Mhm.
3 months that my hand was going to be in a cast.
Okay.
So that's originally why I started streaming, because I would just sit at home day in and day out with absolutely nothing to do. So I was like, you know
Yeah.
what, I'm gonna try it.
It's like the most cruel punishment where you have nothing to do.
Yeah,
You'd be cool. I'm gonna play some video games or something, but it's like, oh,
yeah, yeah.
so you can't. You're out of commission. What if you don't have to name specifically where you work, but what type of work are you involved
I've had several jobs in the
in?
last 10 months. Anywhere from, it's mainly been like factory work. That's just kind of what I do.
Okay. Yep.
I'm more of a welder. Once I got into welding a couple of years ago, I've just fell in love with it. So that's ultimately my main goal, is to come out somewhere as a welder,
Mhm.
hopefully for the union. So
Welding can be dangerous work. The fumes are something that I recently learned about. Have you ever had in close calls welding or anything?
yeah, I actually have plenty of scars on my arms and body from welding, from just a metal flash spitting
Yeah.
off of it and landing and burning through my clothes and putting a hole in my arm. Or yeah, it's just
And the goal is to do that all the time.
yeah. But yeah, that's just when you're not wearing the right, like
Okay.
proper stuff.
Yeah, I feel like if you're pitching to someone for full-time work, how do you feel like sparks and shrapnel coming at you? Like, yeah, let's sign me up. That sounds like a good
Yeah.
plan.
Well, I mean, if you like money and it's worth it.
Yeah, well, everything has its price, right? So, hey, you're making it work. So working full time, definitely something that's gonna eat up a lot of your schedule. What else do you find that most of your social life is the app, or do you have other people that you still try to connect with?
I mean, lately it's been more the app,
Hmm.
just because of trying to get my personal life back going again, between being in between jobs for a few weeks here recently. So I
Hmm.
actually just started a new job last week, so that's where my main focus is right now.
How do you find the balance? Because you're not just a streamer, you're a top streamer, which means you're putting in the hours and you put in the hours. Along with that, you're coming up with content and doing the content. How do you manage to plan and fit all the time in?
Anymore, it's more or less like I'll come home from work, shower, get ready, and I'll stream for an hour to 3 hours or something like that. And it's pretty much a line, like a window of opportunity that you can stream
Mhm.
working full-time job and trying to balance your personal life. So the main times, since it's just a Monday through Friday, is the weekends to be able to stream,
Yeah.
just because I have the whole weekend free just to kind of do whatever. So
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're just a hard worker then, and hard work beats most things most times. So, okay. Um, is there anything in particular that you'd like to share? Anything that you're passionate about? Something that we wouldn't guess about you that you can talk to us about?
uh not really. I'm a
No
boring guy.
trading.
No, I spend my days either watching Netflix or riding my bike.
What's on Netflix that you're binging right now?
The Arrow is what I'm binging.
Is that the superhero show?
I think so. I mean, I think it's a DC show, but I
Okay.
just seen it. There's 7 seasons, something I'm not gonna finish in a week. So
Hmm. Yeah. I'm also watching a very cool, exciting action show called Grey's Anatomy. Uh,
seen
it's
it.
very action packed and masculine. So, I mean, only really tough dudes watch that show,
Right.
and that's why I watch it, obviously. All right. And David, you definitely watch it too, because only the coolest and toughest
Oh,
dudes
yeah.
are great. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. But honestly, check it out. Uh, if people want to find you on social media, what do they search?
Uh, my Instagram It's David Beckham. I have two. It's either 100 or 300.
Ooh,
My Meet Me Instagram is David underscore Beckham 300. That's
okay.
where I post everything about my Meet Me, about between streams or after streams or gifts that I send people or gifts that people sent me.
Mhm.
So that's where you can find me.
Okay, so David Beckham keeps it 100, or David Beckham Sparta is how they find you.
Definitely.
Perfect. No edge kicks for you, sir. And then what is your stream schedule like? Can you repeat that one more time in case everyone's enjoyed this conversation? They'd like to come and hang out with you.
Yeah, my main stream schedule is usually around like 5 or 6 p.m.
Mhm,
Eastern time. And I'll usually through the week I only stream until about 9, 10 o'clock at night.
mhm.
On the weekends I'll stream all hours of the night up until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes.
Nice. All right. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to say before you go on us, sir? Anything at all that you'd like to talk about? Anyone you want to shout out?
Uh, Not that I can really think of, not offhand. Uh, Shout out to my man Junkie, needs a top badge.
All right, all right. Very
Shout
good.
out to my brother Dom right there.
Perfect. All right. Well, everyone, if you've enjoyed this conversation with David Beckham, here he is right there. Go and give him a favorite. You heard when he goes live, he's a genuine nice dude. Maybe you can catch him in
Oh,
the back
shout
like
out to Haley there too.
shouting out more people. All the love.
I'm
Check him
seeing
out
that here.
during the weekends at all times. Thank you so much, David, for coming. An up and comer. Someone who is relatively new to the app that I would love for you all to meet. It is our up and comer for tonight's show. And one more time, everyone, thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you so much for the comments. And during the show, I do not interact with the live, do not react to the gifts, but they are appreciated. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the backs right now, that one and only Pretty Blue Zach. How's it going,
What's
my
up, bro?
friend?
How are you?
I'm doing very well. I see
Awesome.
you are donning a look tonight.
What was that? You like cut out for a second.
I said you're donning a look tonight, so you've got
Yes.
something for us.
We went with something a little different. I haven't done this one. It's kind of like cotton candy type style, you know. So
Hmm.
took a little extra time with the eyes and stuff, but my team helped me through it, and here we are.
Very nice. Well, we've got a lot to unpack and talk about, so let's crack right into it. Mr. Pretty Blue Zach, for the people who have not met you, where are you from?
I am from Michigan, and like middle of Michigan.
Mhm.
I live in a crazy but beautiful state. Like David said, very bipolar, kind of like me.
Okay.
But
And
yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Okay. And so you're a fellow Michigander like myself, so I definitely can relate to that. Now you go by Pretty Blue Zach. I feel like we can make some wild guesses as to how you got the name, but if you'd like to spell it out, does it have anything to do with what you do on your live streams?
Yes, and mainly my eyes. My eyes, that is like the number one compliment that I get is my pretty blue eyes. So, and my favorite color is blue. And as you can tell, I kind of went with more of the blue kind of look, but
Yeah.
that's
Yep,
why I
yep.
went with that.
Very cool. Okay. Let's keep rolling with it. So, high school. I always like to get the background information. I love it when we can learn who people were before they started going live. So, can you take us back to the Game Boy days or the N64 time period? Who were you back in the day? What were you interested in? What hobbies did you have?
Back in the day, I was born and raised in a bowling industry. My family owns bowling alleys, so that's always been my life and been very dedicated to it. When it comes to schooling, I always struggled because I was always bullied. So I
Mhm.
never really wanted to go. Um, I always hated it. And then I was forced, to stick with it, or, the government will step in and be like yelling at my parents and stuff. But
Wow.
I got into high school bowling, and high school bowling is actually big in Michigan, and that kind of gave me the drive to stick with school, and then my dad fell ill my junior year, and I dropped out for that year because he had to go to a nursing home. I had to get a job immediately because
Mm.
he was everything. So soon as he got out of his nursing home that he was in, because he had a hip replacement that was done, and
Mhm.
as soon as that got done, I went back to school right away and I got my diploma. And I was able to graduate a year later from what the class that I originally was going with. Um, I never went to college, but it's worked out for me, and that's why I tell the people, I'm all about helping people because I went through a lot of stuff myself, and I can relate with that. So when they give up and they drop out of school, it's never too late. Even if it's just a GED, if you can go back for that diploma, go back for that diploma, because things happen and you can't control it sometimes.
You're definitely getting to a passionate area here, which I think is something we should dig into in just a sec. But before we run too far away, I want to roll back to when you talked about your family being in the bowling alley industry. Obviously that's a very, very common thing.
Yeah,
Everybody's got a bowling alley. No, what? That's very cool. That's unique.
yeah, it is.
How far back does that go? Where does that even come from?
My family purchased their first bowling alley in the 60s.
Hmm.
It was my grandfather, and once he bought that one, he purchased another one. And
Mhm.
then there is a program called USBC, and that's the United States Bowling Congress. And it's huge. If you are a good bowler or just starting off, um, there could be money in it for your scholarships and full rides. So it's just not about, just going out there and throwing a ball. There's actually a lot behind it. And that's been my passion all my life, is bowling.
So you're a bowler too?
Oh, yeah. I've had two 300s, which is a perfect game.
Hmm.
And I bowled all through high school. I bowled in adult league up until I got in a bad accident 3 years ago. And then I've had to put the bowling equipment away. But all my life since 4 years old, I want to say, I was bowling.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's neat. I think my highest score ever was like a 118 or something. I broke 100, and I was really excited. So congrats to you on the 300.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Just
and
bring it out. When you get a gold one, that means you've gotten a double 300. And that's why I always wear that. And it was my father's ring. And as soon as I did it and got my double 300, he passed it to me.
wow, so bowling a double 300 is prestigious enough that they actually issue rings for it.
Yes. It's a 14 karat with a diamond and a ruby.
Wow. Now, how does that have to be done during an officially sanctioned tournament, or how does that work?
Yeah. It has to be a sanctioned league or in a tournament. It can't be like open bowling, like going out with friends and going bowling that don't qualify, because they have to put either a certain shot down, which when I say that, oiling the lanes, and when it's open bowling, it's normally just dry lanes. So when you're in league or in tournament, the shot is a little bit tougher.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. I have a hunch that we could talk about bowling all night, but
Okay.
I think in order to learn about that more, everyone's gonna have to come visit you to talk about it. So
Yeah,
moving on, much like David had mentioned, you had a similar experience with returning back to education.
I did.
You took some time off for your family, which is honestly very respectable, and I commend you and congratulate you on being able to do that. What was it like for you going back and getting your education?
Um, it was. embarrassing, but for the right reasons, and my story behind it, I should have never been embarrassed, and nobody should feel embarrassed to go back. But it was good. I felt like, okay, I've accomplished this. I had to go through this to get to this point,
Mhm.
and life is hard without having your diploma or your GED. And originally, I was only going to go back, but they told me, they were like, you're only so far credits away and you can get your diploma. You should go for it. I'm like, all right, let's go for it. That's exactly what I did.
And was that your associates or
No,
GED
just no, I got my diploma.
or your diploma? Oh, okay, there you go. What advice? I'll give you the same question. What advice would you give to people who have found themselves in that situation where they dropped out of high school and they're wondering what to do? What advice would you give them?
I would honestly say is you should most definitely do it. I'm sure there's a story to why you did it to drop out. Um, it could be the best move of your life, and just to get the most simplest job, you kind of have to have one or the other. And whether it's depression that's holding you back, being bullied, I tell you what, I get bullied every single night. And instead of taking it as an insult, take it as a compliment. Smile, say thank you, and brush it off. Don't let someone else hold you back from your dreams. If you have dreams, the only way you're going to do it is to go back.
Okay, okay, good words. Let's fast forward. How did you get involved with the streaming community?
Well, I downloaded Meet Me when I got in my bad car accident, and I had nothing but time on my hands. And um, I started noticing the whole live thing, but I was like, never in a million years would I ever be able to step out of that box and put my face on that screen and do that. But I never spoke, I never messaged anybody or anything like that on the live. Um, and that's where it all began, was
Hmm,
that up until a month and a half ago was when I first launched my first live.
okay. How did that transition happen where you decided to start going live? There's a common theme here of some hesitancy to go live. So
Well, actually, the person that just dropped a bunch of hearts, Ray Ray with the rainbows,
hmm,
he is a roommate of mine, and he was walking around here on live, and he is so quirky and funny, and he's also shy. So I'm like, okay, well, if he could do it, then I might as well give it a try. And he kind of helped guide me in that sense to what I needed to do, how the rules worked, and stuff like that.
yeah, that's fantastic. What's the payoff then? What has this experience been for you?
It has been amazing. The amount of people that I have helped um, better their days. They go through terrible things at times, and that's what Team Blue is about. We're loving, caring, and genuine people.
Hmm.
We don't allow judging or hate. It's not tolerated in my life, and I I couldn't be happier with what I have done and accomplished, and the people from my story has lifted them up and started streaming themselves. And I can't be more proud of myself, honestly, even though I knock myself down all the time, but it's been amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I always talk about the top streamer, the top badge. The people who have it typically are performing that role before being given it, as in they are a top streamer without having the blue badge. So I believe that you do many of those things. Will you talk about some of the things that you do in your live to entertain or excite the viewers?
So, okay. So what I do is we have like Showtime, and It's pretty much like a drag show, but I only do this on live and live only.
Mm.
And what inspired me to do something different like this was Team Caution. And Team Caution, Sean, is the leader, and he does the whole mask thing and everything, and that to me was like very entertaining. You
Mhm.
know, it's not, yeah, right there, Team Caution, Sean. He, I started off as Team Caution. They invited me to their team, and I accepted that team. And then once I threw a wig on one day, and it just lit my life up, and people saying how fun they just had for them, put a big smile on their face, or they were having a crappy night and now you got me in a better mood, blah blah blah. That's where it all changed. And then so it didn't just go from a wig, and then it went from the outfits and then to the makeup. This is like the 13th time I've ever done makeup,
Mhm.
and the whole dressing up and everything. And when we hit showtime, it's no longer Pretty Blue Zach. It's Arena, and
Mhm.
that's what I go by when it's showtime. And we have a lot of fun, a lot of fun.
I'm interested to dig a little bit deeper into that. Are you saying that the first time, and forgive me if I'm not using the proper terminology, the first time that you did drag or did Showtime, was that on live?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have always wanted to. I love drag shows, and I think they're so much fun. The art people put behind that, and the realism that they have in their stories is just totally incredible.
Hmm.
But I could never step up and do that. I've always wanted to. I thought it would always be so much fun,
Yeah.
and that's kind of the same as with this, because it's still in front of a bunch of people. Just because it's behind a screen, it's kind of the same, because there's still going to be judgment. There's still people you have to entertain, or you may disappoint. So it's not much of a difference. But when I broke that wall down and did it, well, here we come roaring. And people in my life are like, you know, you were an inspiration. You got me to step out of the box on this or that. And that's what makes me feel good, and that's why I keep doing this. This isn't my everyday life. I don't go out looking like this, but if they know that someone like me can do this in this kind of situation, because I've learned to be comfortable within myself, anybody can do it. You just Their confidence has to get built up, and that Team Blue does that.
Do you do you feel that you are more authentic to yourself, or that you are able to put a more genuine version of yourself forward in your live streams?
It's kind of like a little bit of both. And I don't even make it much about me. Um, I do have like my days and stuff, and my team comes because I'm so focused on everyone else, and then they know like the everyday attitude. So when they know something's up, they kind of like, okay, well, now it's time to build you back up because we know who you are. So it's kind of both sides when it comes to that.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's honestly, it's so impressive to me that the first time you had ever done drag or put on the costume or anything like that was on live stream. And how long ago was that?
I Okay, so I started my first live a month and a half ago. So I want to say about a month ago was when we started this.
Hmm. My friend, I would have never been able to guess that because I hear about people having an awkward makeup phase where they don't really know what they're doing and it's messy. Did you just come out of the gates a champion? What were you practicing? How did you manage the feat of being able to do that so quickly?
It was kind of like luck of the draw, I guess. I nailed it. Um, when I did my first fake eyelashes, and that was only like a week and a half ago, and the very first time it was like perfection. Everyone was like, I I can't do that. Like, it takes me forever, or I have to have someone else do it. And, I got big old hands and everything, and I just slapped them suckers on, and with glue, I was like, I'm impressed. I gotta take a selfie.
It's incredible. I mean, it's really hard to believe, to be honest.
Good friend Biter. She will, while I'm getting ready, I get her in the box and she helps me with my eyes and how I should do it and all that. And so she helped me with that. But on that, it's been kind of easy.
Yeah. Do you think you'll be able to, or do you have any desire to, take this look out into the real world outside of the app, or do you want to keep it exclusive to the app?
I want to keep it exclusive to the app,
Mhm.
but this app has given me the confidence where I could potentially do something like that.
Mhm.
I wouldn't reject it, but I do this for Meet Me, and Meet Me is the one who brought it out in me type thing. So I don't foresee that changing anytime soon. If I did, then I would have to round up everybody and bring them to my first show.
I don't know if you'd have trouble. You seem to have a lot of support, so
I
uh,
do.
I'm thinking it's worth considering. Um, let's take a moment to highlight community. You've done an excellent job of talking about how the community on Meet Me has given you the confidence. Uh,
Yes.
what does the community mean? And I guess what would you say that you're looking to give back to it? Is that you've mentioned that being your motivation? What are you looking to get out of this community, and what does community mean to you?
What I'm looking to get out of this is to stop the judging. I go into a lot of different battles, and they're roasting people that have disabilities, and roasting is fine, but don't roast someone's disability or mental status or their looks, um, because that's what I go through, and I went through it a lot. I used to be very heavy, and I was always bullied, and I see a lot of bullying on here, but I'm also seeing a lot of people standing up. And when someone's getting bullied, that's why I invite them to our stream, because when they're sad and down, I promise them by the time they leave, they're not going to be sad or disappointed or feel like giving up, because I don't like when someone gives up. And I feel like a lot of people on here need that kind of love and support. And that's what I'm getting out of it. And it's like a drug to me because it feels so good. You know,
Mhm.
I don't like seeing people down and upset. And so many people want to go live, but they're too scared to. And I don't know. I that's me. That's what I like. That's what I like to see, is to rise other people.
To take it a step further and build on what you just said, you are the up and comer that we have on tonight.
Yes.
What would it mean for you to be a top streamer, or what does it mean to you to be a top streamer?
What it would mean to me is it would be incredible. And the feeling behind it is like mind blowing, because I never thought this would happen. When I was watching other people, and um, like, how are they doing that? Like, I could see me doing it, but I would never in a million years would be able to open my mouth. I would have to like hide my face from it. And it's just, it would prove a lot to a lot of people who watch me. Like, if you put your mind and you put your heart and soul to it, you can achieve anything, just like a dream. You just have to reach for it and don't give up. Giving up is a weak, and we don't want weaknesses. And if I can achieve it, anybody can.
Awesome. What do you have planned for the future? Whether it be live streaming or in your real life, what are some things that you're hoping to achieve for yourself?
Well, I would like to continue with this for as long as I possibly can. I don't foresee myself going anywhere. I feel like it's only going to get better from here. I've taken a lot of different changes just in the month and a half. I can't wait to see what even the next month and a half brings us. I think Meet Me is on a very good track where it could be huge. Well, it's already huge, but where we'll even draw in additional more people and be even more creative and bring people like me on, because I haven't seen anyone step out of the box in like my kind of field. And there's some other kind of fields that's been like in my mind that I would like to see. And that's why I'm trying to get different people to come out. So for the future being on here, it's kind of unknown because there's so much potential there.
Okay. So as we start to wrap up here, I'd like to do it with a story of something that I know you did recently. We had bad weather in Michigan, and there was a contest going on. You tell everyone the story of what happened with the bad weather in the contest.
Okay, so this past weekend was Christmas in July, and it was my first contest that I felt like, okay, it is time that I put my heart and soul into this because, prior to it, I never felt like I could have like a standing in a contest. And because of my viewers and my team, they had given me the confidence you could do this and it's time for you to do this. And I'm like, all right. So Christmas in July, I love Christmas. So I pulled out all the Christmas decorations. I was dressed up in a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer outfit, and I had candy canes all lit up and Christmas lights. Well, I did it for Friday and Saturday of last weekend. Well, we had a terrible storm that came in and my power got knocked out. Well, it was the last day of the contest and I got as far as I did. I couldn't stop there. And yeah, I had a generator, but the Wi-Fi towers were knocked out. So I couldn't even do live. So I packed my belongings and I drove about 15 minutes north, got a hotel room, and set up my whole little setup and everything. And I went live in a hotel room.
Just get a hotel room. What kind of hotel room did you get?
I got a honeymoon suite for one. I had a heart-shaped jacuzzi, bed, living room, dining room, and walk-in closet. They're like, well, where's your significant other? I'm like, it's just a party for one. It's just me. So I still got the pretty roses and the champagne, but they kind of looked at me funny. But hey,
I love that. That's real dedication. That's real dedication. You're like, I don't have power. There's no Wi-Fi. We're going to the hotel. Let's do a big honeymoon suite for one. I love it. Pretty Blue Zach, can you please tell everyone when you go live and when they can find you?
I go live almost every night, whether it be super short or we will go all night long. Typically, we do show times on average 2 to 3 times a week. It just varies because, shaving the face and stuff, and then you gotta let that face heal. So typically, Friday nights and like Monday or Tuesday nights are show times, but I'm typically live every night unless I have stuff going on, and then I'm not. But I always put out a blast to everybody and let them know that I won't be on for the night, and it's typically about after 5 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. And that's Eastern Standard Time for everyone. Yep. Perfect. Any last parting words? Anything that you'd like to share before you go?
Just that, anybody that is in here that want to go and try the live, reach out, go for it, give it a try. You may start off slow, but I'm telling you, you will build up. If I can do it, you can do it. And come check us out. If you're ever feeling down or upset or just need to talk, Team Blue's there. We got you.
Excellent. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this conversation, you'd like to hear more from Pretty Blue Zach, this streamer right here, please click on that profile picture, give a favorite, show some love. Thank you so much for coming on today. Thank you so much. Excellent. The one and only Pretty Blue Zach, here with a great story for everybody. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. So, how good has tonight been so far? So far, we've had David Beckham, RIP to our sign again. But the night's not over. We have one more person still. There's a catch. There's a catch to tonight's programming. It's the only catch actually. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for viewing and watching. Coming now to the box is another fellow top streamer. He is suited up coffee cup. I do. I'm using this this water bottle. Suited up coffee cup. That's a good idea. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the box right now, our final guest of the night. One more time, the one and only, the catch. The only catch. The only. Hey, hey, my guy, how are you doing? Well, I have no idea what you're possibly referring to. All right. Well, there's a catch. I don't do it. I'm done with that pun. It's over. Just to get it out of the way, normally I start with what was life growing up like, things like that. We got to know the name, the only catch. Where's it come from? Okay. Does does Ash also is that also part of your last name? Ash? Ash Ash Ketchum? No. Oh, yeah, well. See, this is why you're very cool and I'm wearing the tie. Uh, be honest. Did you not know how to tie it? Well, you look good. You look good. You, you look good either way. Okay, so we got the name thing out of the way. Thank you for sharing that very much. Let's go back. The only catch the fur. What was life like growing up? What was life like before all the social media hobbies? Give us anything. Let's do middle school. To break it up a bit. Oh, saucy. Let's go. Right. It's amazing how these themes pop up. It's like someone the Midwest has been in the house tonight. It's almost like plans plans these shows or something. It's crazy. Uh, but in all seriousness, what lunch table did you sit at? It was legend. Okay. To the whole building, not even to the building. So no, but you allegedly. Allegedly, okay. So but there is a turn of events in the story, much like the prior two stories. You ended up finishing and getting your GED. Why did you? In my mind, I planned this differently, but we were no. It is. I'm giving you a hard time. I really like that. And there wasn't something planned in my mind of how this would go. What I had planned was for you to be you, because this is the opportunity for everyone to really know who you are, not just the face on the camera. That's real life. We got time. Yeah, we're fine. We've got enough time to go through. No. Well, I mean, it's good content to unpack. You got your GED. I want to fast forward. I know a bit about you. So, you have a unique employment situation because you're the boss. So can you tell us a bit about that? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So you're pretty handy. You're pretty handy.
I did build a couple of things back here, nothing crazy.
Oh, I mean that is a bit impressive. I would like for you to have, in the very catchy wisdom that you have, share with everyone. Is it all sunshine and rainbows, owning your own business, not having a boss? Obviously,
Not at all.
But I mean, what is it really like having all that responsibility?
It's being dedicated. You have to, man, I don't know. It's a weird realm that I never thought I would have ever been in, but you have to really be dedicated. That's really, there's only one word in owning your own business: dedication. If you're not dedicated to it, it's not going to succeed. Simple as that. If you're not eat, sleep, and bleed whatever your business is, it's going to fail.
Mhm. Did you ever feel like it wasn't worth it having to not answer to someone, or did
Oh
you?
yeah, man. Well, I mean, dude, when I had things going really well, everything was going great, dude. I was taking on all sorts of work. And then when I decided to kind of just use it as a hustle, what I actually happened, my dad passed, and I decided to take a few months off.
Mhm.
And it just was, went into a whole thing of grieving and everything. And I never really went back into it full steam ahead.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I kind of just lost my drive to do that. And that's really when I kind of found, not too long after that was when I found live streaming, but we'll get there. But yeah, it's easy to lose the drive, and I was a casualty of that. As I lost the drive, I still do it, I still make money doing it, but I didn't. When my dad passed, I didn't want to think about that, and I didn't want to be responsible for other people's paychecks and or any of that. You know what I mean? I didn't want any of the responsibilities. So I kind of gave up on that. So yeah, to answer your question, there's a lot of pitfalls, and it's easy to get sidetracked and not be dedicated.
Well,
Um,
let's move in that direction that you brought up. You said that's how you got into live streaming. So can you clarify and say again how did you begin doing social media and doing Meet Me?
oh man, well, I've had the app since back my yearbook days. And hey, everybody, by the way, we're breaking trend. We're talking to some comments real quick, Chris. What's up, everybody? I told at the beginning of this, we're going to get him to acknowledge some gifts. So keep that in mind. I'm just saying it's going to happen. But so backing up. Oh, see, look at that. You're not going to give Quinn a smooch? Come on, man. Oh, you so all right, all right. um, where were we at? Oh yeah, getting started. So it kind of backs up to letting things go on it's tequila day, letting things go and everything.
Yeah.
With the company, I needed money because I had bills,
Yeah.
and the company I had worked for previously called me and said, "Hey, we're interested in bringing you back. Would you be interested?" I said, "Yeah, I'm on it." And that involved me moving. At that time, I was living with my grandma who's suffering from dementia, so I was helping my aunt out with that whole scenario. And they called me and wanted me to come back to work, which was 3 hours. That was like the Wayne Westland, Detroit area, like by the airport. And they wanted me to come 3 hours away to work. And so I said, all right, I did that. Moved up here. I live in the middle of nowhere, dude. I don't know many people. Like, seriously, I can look around. I see one other house that we don't own. And so I was going to work every day, and I come home. What do? You come home, sit your ass down on the couch, and watch TV, and until you fall, shower, watch TV, and fall asleep. And so that's the routine I got into. And then next thing I know, I find myself I re-downloaded Meet Me for whatever reason, and I seen the live tab, which was super new at the time, like it was brand new, just came out of beta, at least to my knowledge. And clicked on it, started watching a couple lives, and I'm like, I'm sitting here drinking beer. I could easily just get on camera and talk to people. Let's talk to some people. What you know what? So I did, and then it just one thing led to another, and this was far before diamonds or anything. It was just hanging out, talking to people, and have a conversation like we're having right now. just a little less half lit. You were late, man. I'm just saying, I got an extra beer in and it's showing, all right?
Okay. But you were mentioning that you downloaded Meet Me, you went on the app, you said, "Hey, I like to have a beer and have a conversation. Let's try it out." So then what?
So yeah, no, that's where it snowballed. And when they introduced the diamonds, I really didn't think much of it. And my first cash out, like I donated to charity. I was just like, I don't need the money. I'm just on here hanging out. Like anything that I don't, I donated that charity. So now every so often I still do. I don't really tell anybody. I just like, that's my thing. But so after that though, it just became a thing where I told, so like I don't remember how it came up in my stream, but I was like, do you guys, like, all you got to do is talk about it. Like, I mean, I just was kind of straight up. I was like, some of you are going to leave me. Some of you are not going to watch me anymore for a couple of weeks, or maybe not at all. But I'm going to show you like how easily. And it was like at that time, it was just all you had to do was talk about it. Like, just talk about that. Like, hey, whatever gift, like it was really super simple. And it just snowballed. I don't even know how it happened. Next thing I know, I'm building a damn castle. I don't really like, dude. I don't know.
Can you show us all of what you have behind you?
Oh man. All right. We got now. Listen, don't judge me because the castle looks like garbage. Okay. I painted it recently to try to mimic the sandcastle. I went through like 17 cans of spray paint trying to get colors right. It looks like garbage. All right, I already know. It used to look good when it looked like a winter castle, but we'll get to that.
Okay.
All right, so hold on. We actually got to turn other lights on now because we got to come to the back of this where I originally started it.
Now look at that. I just want to take a moment to acknowledge what we're seeing. It's not some cardboard hung up behind you. You've actually taken wood and done woodwork.
Oh yeah, 100. All of this. The only thing I haven't is the wolf poster. That's a Walmart buy there, or in our beloved Meet Me pillows.
The beloved.
Yeah. Of course you got, but yeah, all of this. I mean, we got the wheel. Oh, hold on. We got to censor that out. But so yeah, it was. I made the castle, and then I made that diamond, and then it just snowballed from there. I made a wheel. We got a whole jet. Like I recently, since I put it right there, there's been times where I came back from like being off camera and I was like, I thought I was getting a jet.
You'll walk back and be like, oh.
Yeah. No, for sure. 100%. Like, I mean, because it's like a perfect angle and everything.
You did a really good job on that jet. It really looks like you're getting a jet right now.
Dude, I mean, I think it would look even better if it came, like if you got a jet and it came out from behind there right now. You know what I mean?
I don't think a jet would fit here. And so how...
butterflies, dude.
So overall, how long have you been on the app then?
So close. Man, like I said, since my yearbook times, like 2011.
Okay. Now as a top streamer, you said you took it nonchalant in the beginning. You said, "Hey, I didn't really do anything but talk." I think you're downplaying what you do, because if you look behind you, you have an entire woodworked scene of flames, a spinning game wheel, diamonds, castles, nets.
All of this is actually going away soon.
And why is that?
I'm building all new from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
That's being archived.
And you had a bit of an idea, if you'd like to share it.
Yeah, I guess. I was told currently they're putting any new shows on hold for a moment. Dang you, Jen. But my idea is to do some sort of carpentry featured stream that's strictly viewer based and influenced, and like you guys get to choose the project. But also within that, I would do like every week have like a 10-minute segment of a simple common home repair that you can just, like change an outlet, fixing a leaky faucet, stupid shit like that.
Sure.
But on top of all of that, doing, rebuilding a whole set to start with, like just whether it may be, I don't know what like people have been wanting a crystal cast. I'm like, man, I don't know. That's super diamond hoary. I don't know about that, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I quite fit the demographic of a featured stream. At least my demeanor,
Or
my
very polished.
language, I might have to curb that slightly, but I might be able to do that if it's a demonstrational stream, educational.
You're very polished. You're very polished, and you have you're lovable, and I like that. So that's good. That's good.
Bikes.
You recently went to VidCon, correct?
I did. I think. I don't know. You were there, right?
Maybe. What was that like? Getting to meet the people that you've known through the app. What was the experience like for you?
Oh man, it's always awesome. I've met so many people from here. It's always a good time meeting familiar faces, in person.
Was that your first time?
No, man. No, I went to Playlist. I've hosted a bunch of people here. I've had Xandra Wild and Ronnie and Xandra's ma came through and hung out here with me. I've had people come from England and hang out. I've met a ton of people out here, and I love it every time. It's always amazing. I hung out with Quinn and JT in the mountains up in San Bernardino, and it's just always a good time when you're hanging out with people. Now, VidCon itself, maybe I'll come next time, but I'm probably not going to buy a ticket to VidCon.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, but again, that's not, it just wasn't for me. That's all. It was a cool event. Just,
Yeah. I guess if you had to summarize your experience on Meet Me, in doing streaming, how would you summarize the experience? What has it meant to you?
Oh man, ups and downs, man, ups and downs. But at the end of the day, it's all what you put into it. You get out what you put in. What it means to me is when I still have people coming in 2 years later saying, Catch, man, I met my best friend in your stream. And we still hang out in person to this day. Like, that's cool shit to me. And that's numerous people. That's not even just like one instance. And I'm like, what? How am I cultivating any of this? What? And it's just like, that is when, I don't know, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I go live, because people are awesome and they love each other for the most part, Yeah, that's really one of the most rewarding things, is just having people come back and be like, dude, it's because of you that I know this person and we're now like the tightest of whatever, I don't know, man. It's a weird realm. Live streaming is such a new medium, relatively new medium. And it's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing.
Definitely an early adopter thing that's going on. What do you do in your real life these days? I know that you work and that you stream, but is there anything outside of that you do?
Well, the main reason that I took this, there's a couple. The one thing that well, I don't even know. I was going to go with that. We'll just go back, take it back a little bit. Just like hobbies, man. Is that what you're trying to ask me? See, I told you to let me know. Years are going well.
The prep form didn't help.
It did not help me at all, dude. I neglected that 100%.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention. We'll put it this way. got back to me the questionnaire the way you got back to people in school. I'm imagining. So it's a common trend. I'm just gonna guess.
My communication skills are terrible.
I'm just gonna put you under the bus. It was this afternoon. He goes, "Hey man, here's the answers to those questions you sent me a week ago."
It was terrible. Oh yeah, yeah. And that was on the way to work or like on the way to the job site this morning.
Didn't even respond to the email. It was all on an Instagram message. Like,
It's extremely unprofessional.
good.
You
job.
knew how this was gonna go, like that was my indicator to you, like how this was gonna go.
I don't think it's gone poorly at all. Everyone on the thing is on the app there's so many different flavors. If everyone were going to be the same flavor or be the same cookie cutter model, it'd be boring. The app can't survive that way.
100%. And that's what I always try to tell. If a new streamer always asks me, if they ask me for advice, one of my number one things is understand that your stream will not be for everybody.
Mhm.
Once you understand that your stream isn't for everybody, your stream becomes for who it comes into its own.
Mhm.
That's when you can actually be what you want to be, not what you think everybody wants you to be.
Mhm.
So understand that your stream is your stream, and the ones that don't like it, well, you know what they can go do. I'm trying to be nice and watch my language.
So to summarize, you're saying specialize, find your niche, do that. Don't try and please everybody.
Yeah, the hater's gonna hate, man, and let them. They're just spreading your name.
It's haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potate.
I thought they were getting mashed, but whatever. That's just
All right.
way to dude. We coordinated that part.
Yes.
That was the one thing we coordinated, and you screwed it up.
Yeah. Very, very coordinated. Very.
So who's gonna send that gift for him to? I'm not getting out of the box unless he kicks me out. I'm just saying we're gonna get him to acknowledge a gift while I'm in the box.
This is the
happening.
part. This is the part where you tell everyone when they can catch you live.
Man, whenever they want, just send me a message.
Yeah,
No, I'm
but-
just kidding. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. No, usually 6 to 9ish, 6 to 10 during the week, and then the weekends are just sporadic.
Mhm.
You might catch me at a diner complaining about my food or something. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah. Well, we get the whole show. So, are there any last things that you'd like to talk about? Anything that you're passionate about? Any last things that you'd like to share while you're here? I'm gonna take that as a no.
No, I do, but I was just waiting for you.
This isn't how it works. I've had a lot of things happen on this show, but I've never had someone protest answering me.
I just saying, you got some fireworks, man.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Is there anything
Maybe
else
we can show them again.
Is there anything that you'd like to talk about?
I'd like to talk about these fireworks you're about to get.
Funny
All
story.
right, so no, but seriously, there really is. One of the reasons I just took this job and quit the whole just part-time painting deal is I'm working on a goal right now to purchase a home that I want to turn into basically a streamer domain. I'm going to turn into, it's 4 bedrooms right now and a couple other rooms, full basement. I thought I was in the middle of a sentence, but then I seen some fireworks.
So you're trying to make a streamer house.
Okay, so fine, man. You're tough. I'm gonna get it though. But yeah, so basically, I want to create a streaming studio and a podcasting studio also. But then basically just host streamers from all walks and be able to collaborate, bounce ideas. You know how it is when you're hanging out with a bunch of streamers, just from VidCon and playlists and everything. It's nice to be around like-minded people who are doing the same thing as you and be able to bounce ideas and have fun and collaborate and all of this.
Yeah.
So, and I just think it'd be a fun thing to do for a while.
That's really cool. Catch is looking for roommates, potentially.
No roommates.
No.
Temporary guests.
Guests. He's looking to guest people. All right.
Yeah. Come hang out. It's got 15 acres. There's a pond. It's fucking beautiful.
I love it. Excellent.
Get your own room, your own bathroom. You're all good.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to share with everyone while you're here? Any last things that you'd like to talk about?
I'd like you to acknowledge these damn gifts.
The rule. Okay. So the rule is I don't respond to any.
I know you got that rule, man. I know you got that rule.
I've had a red carpet come through. The thing is I don't respond to comments. I
understand that. I know your spiel. I understand. I understand, but rules are made to be broken, right? And whatever kind of stupid person said that, but
the next thing that happens, I will acknowledge with you. Should we have a hype off?
Oh damn! I don't think you about to try to have a hype off, bro. Did you really just challenge a motherfucker to a hype off, bro?
I don't know what I just walked myself into. I don't think.
Oh my God, y'all about to get it going in here. Let's go, y'all.
I like how I'm trying to conclude, and everyone's like, "No more gifts. They're done. No more. We're done." He's in the box for forever.
They want to drag this out.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the fireworks. Oh yes.
Oh.
Okay. Is there anything else?
All right, everybody. Much love. Y'all are amazing. Chris wants me the hell out of his box. I made this as awkward as possible. I stayed true to my word. Y'all are amazing. And a big shout out to the first two guests, David and Zach. Make sure you favorited them. Much love, y'all.
Everyone, please, if you've enjoyed this conversation and you've liked talking, Catch was right there. Please give him a favorite. To everyone who's commenting, thank you so much for commenting. Please do not think that I don't see you or that I do not appreciate you. It's just that during the show, I don't talk with the audience. I don't talk with anyone that's here. Thank you so much for the ducks, my guy. Rena, I know. Maya, hello. It's very good to see you. Please do not sad face. I don't talk or acknowledge the audience. Mel, everyone. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. I've had a fantastic time with you. As far as next week goes, we're having a rearrangement. If you would like, I'm actually open. I've got some openings. If anyone would like to be on the show coming up in the next few weeks, message me on Instagram. I would love to have you. I'd love to talk with you. It'd be my honor to talk with any of you. So if you're looking for a way to share your story, find some ground to just let it all out and vent, let me know. Be totally happy to $2 deleted for 69 days. Let's hook you up. And thank you so much for supporting the app. All right, everyone. So my name's Chris. One more time, thank you very much to David. Thank you very much to Pretty Blue Zach. And thank you very much to The Only Catch. Excellent time with you all. My name's Chris. This is Suited Up. We do this every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see you later. Bye, everyone. Thank you.